we are the Ben Salmi family, and my name is Sabrina Ben Salmi. I'm the mother of these 5 children who are known as the Ben Salmi Fantastic 5. Now, we just wanted to say a huge thank you to Luster Products. We really appreciate the fact that you hosted us at the London Afro Hair Beauty Show. We had such a phenomenal time. I was really taken back personally by the fact that you are 3 generations running this company as a family. That was just so heartfelt for me, because you're living the dream that I desire to create in the world. And just to learn the fact that you've been going for over 60 years, that's remarkable. And we've been buzzing and telling people in our network about it, because I've known about Luster Products for so many years, never knew it was a black owned company, and I definitely didn't know that it was a family owned company. So just really thank you so much for being the difference that I can turn to and refer to, so my kids can know that it's possible for them also. So we were asked to share an aspect of our story with you, which we are really honoured to do. So without further ado, I'll get on. So as I said, my name's Sabrina Ben Salmi. I'm a mother of 5 children, and once upon a time I really lacked in confidence. I had a low self-worth, and I had to go to work on myself. So I had to learn how to convert my adversity into empowerment. And they always say start with why. I had a huge why. It was each of my 5 children. I didn't want them to live the life that I lived. I didn't want them have to do things that they just had to do in order to get by. I didn't want them to work in businesses that they just had to do to pay the bills. I wanted myself to be the last of that, and to create financial worth and financial freedom for generations to come. So we went to work together. So as a result of overcoming challenges, I became the author of 3 books. So 2 in the book series of Lone Parenthood. The first one, Lone Parenthood, Essential Tips on How to Create the Life You Deserve. The second in the book series is Lone Parenthood, You Are Enough. And my 3rd book is called Dreaming Big Together, Mama's Secret Recipe. And in that book, I share teachings of how families can start working together for a unified goal. Some things such as family meetings, family anthems, things that can bring you together, but also having a unified goal for generations to come. Because here's the thing, when was the last time you spoke to your family about creating generational wealth? I had so many adversities. Sometimes I just have to pinch myself, because the reality that we've been able to create is nothing short of divine, because we were all alone once upon a time, and we had to climb out. So what I'm saying to you, just because you're in a dark space now, it doesn't mean it's going to last always. It shall come to pass. But I'll allow you to hear from my children.
Hi everyone, my name is Ben Salmi. I'm 18 years old and I'm the eldest of the bunch. And like my mum said, we've definitely come a long way on our journey. We're currently sitting in the Virgin Money Lounge due to an amazing connection that I was able to make at an event that I was at, thanks to all the skills and the mindset that my mum's been able to instill in us. And so I'm the author of 4 books so far. 3 in the Kids That Dream Big series that I've co-authored with Sean, the second eldest, and 1 called You Smart, which is all about getting started on YouTube, because alongside personal development, YouTube is also a passion of mine. So my journey really began with a catalyst, which was the fact that I was bullied in primary school, which was a very difficult time for me. I lost my confidence. I couldn't articulate myself very well. I couldn't really interact with other kids my age. I wasn't myself. So as a result of going to personal development events with my mum, because I had to come out of school, I was so inspired by all these people that were older than me, that felt as though they could share their story and really turn their adversities into their empowerment, and used all the difficult things that they had been through as a way to push themselves to want to strive for more. So I wanted to do something similar but for young people. So I created my signature program called Stepping Stone, so getting you from where you are to where you desire to be. And it's all about acknowledging what you've gone through, growing from that, to share your uniqueness and what makes you special with the world, in essence, because we're all a unique piece of the puzzle, as my mum always says. So it's all about sharing that and embracing that. Another passion of mine has been YouTube and social media. So I have a YouTube channel, a Korean YouTube channel, that has over 26,000 subscribers now, which I'm really proud of. Because another passion of mine is language learning and traveling, and I'm going to be flying out to Korea next week, which is super exciting. So just for all the amazing things I've been able to experience on my journey, it's just been able to open so many doors for me. I work with the Korean Culture Center here. I met the ambassador, and she really she complimented my work, which was really amazing for me. And I was also the very first youth scholarship winner of the Regan Hillier International Award. So there are so many things that I've been able to do and experience just through following my passion and turning my adversity into something that I can share with the world and grow from my story and my journey.
That's amazing. And Shay is also an award winner of over 10 awards. She's won so many different awards, made history. So when Shay entered the personal development world, there were no children in the world. So what actually happened is that because we were learning as a family, we started to inspire other families to do the same, which I just feel is so remarkable, because Lachey has systematically created history over and over again. She was the youngest to win an Unlimited Award at the age of 11. She spoke at Clearly So. She became the youngest ever Andy Harrington ACE coach. She was the youngest ever to join Andy Harrington.
I think that's leading on from what you're saying, Mom, I think that's the beautiful thing about the way that you've taught us and helped us to grow, because it isn't any disrespect to parents out there that strive for their kids to be the best or the youngest and set goals and be the youngest in this or that, but everything that's happened for us happened very organically. It was just a case of, oh Mum, I'm interested in this, may you help me? And then we later find out that I was perhaps the youngest one to do it.
Exactly.
So striving to be number one or the youngest, that's not a problem, but just to share with you guys that everything we've been through and experienced has been very, very organic.
That's a really good point. I really hope you connect with what Lachey's saying. It really was an organic process. We wasn't doing this for business. We are actually doing this to help ourselves to heal. Me primarily, I was going there to heal and learn, and the kids were being there to learn. And organically, as a result of that, thank you for bringing it up, these things started to happen. So the signature program that I've created is called Dreaming Big Together. That's the one for the families. I've also partnered with Roxanne Sinclair, and we've got the Conscious Entrepreneur Blueprint, and then one of my other signature programs is Shift Happens. But moving on to Trayshawn, he's the second eldest.
Hi everyone, my name is Trayshawn. So I'm the author of 7 books: 10 Seconds to Child Genius, I'm That Kid Empowering You to Step Into Your Power, 10 Seconds to Child Genius, The Road to Child Genius, 10 Seconds to Child Genius, From Eton Road to Eton College, Kids That Dream Big, the first book, and Kids That Dream Big, Dreams Do Come True, the second edition, and last but not least, Property Problem Solver, which I have co-authored with my older sister Lachey and Doug. I was also on Child Genius 2017, and I was recognised as one of the top 20 smartest kids in the UK.
And that's in association with Mensa, so you have to actually sit Mensa papers, so well done, that's really amazing.
I also got to sit papers at Eton College, which is one of the top schools in the UK, and I was one in 34 boys who got to sit papers, and I feel really privileged to have been able to take part.
One of the things that happened with Trayshawn is from birth he's always had respiratory problems, and one of his dreams that he had was to become a footballer, so he missed a lot of football training. He couldn't attend matches and he was really upset, and I saw this young man losing his confidence. He stopped talking to people because he was so frustrated with the fact that he was ill. He got really angry because every time he was ill he had to miss football matches. He couldn't be out in the rain, and as you know, if you're playing football, the season is usually when it's raining, well here in the UK anyway, when it's raining, snowing, and it was all the things that he couldn't participate because it would trigger his asthma attacks. And Trey, I remember you asking me, Mum, I want to be a footballer, what do I need to do? And he would be very emotional about it. And do you want to share a bit about that?
I used to play for Redbridge, and I'd have to miss loads of matches due to the weather, because it triggered off asthma attacks, and there would be like a couple of times where scouts would come down and then I would be unable to play due to my health, and it just really annoyed me, the fact that I couldn't play because of my health problems. I was just really irritated by that, and I asked Mum one day if I could take it seriously. So then Mum went online and we found something called First Point USA, and I was able to take a trial for that, and I've been given a scholarship to America in 2021, so I can head over there and get to choose a college. And I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, it's amazing. And does public speaking as well, despite all of the confidence issues. And you, as a result, you set up obviously I'm That Kid as a brand. Where did you run your first workshop, and what was it called?
So I got to run my first workshop at Arsenal, and it's called I'm That Kid, Bridging the Gap Between Fathers and Sons, where we bring the fathers and sons into the room, and they got to express to one another how they'd like their relationship to improve. And that's because my stepfather at home, he was there, but he wasn't like really there. Like he'd sit upstairs most of the time, and he wouldn't like get involved in the family, and just wanted to show without telling, and just like what we needed more of.
And did he turn up on the day?
Yeah.
So he was there on the day, so you wanted to create a platform so you could learn together without pointing fingers. And that was all the idea of Trey Sean, so it was absolutely remarkable. There was as you can imagine, there was lots of tears on the day. There were boys with their fathers, there were boys that attended with their mothers because they really wanted to come, but the dad wouldn't come. You even had boys that came and they didn't have fathers, but they told us ahead of time. So Trey Sean, you organised some volunteers. Yeah. So it was a really emotional day. So these are the things that are possible when you let your children just dream, and you got your own award. You won an award. You've won several awards actually. Multi-award winner. You're Amazon #1 author, #1 selling author. So all of these things we're just trying to share with you, like what's possible when you get started. Over to Yasmin, do you want to share?
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Yasmin Ben Salmi. I'm 11 years old and I'm the author of the Choice is Yours book series. And my book is called The Choice is Yours, 10 Key Principles to Create a Happier Lifestyle. My second book is called The Choice is Yours, Your Thinking Cap for Living a Loving Life. And my signature program is called Your Thinking Cap for Living a Loving Life.
Beautiful. And you've done some public speaking. They've all appeared at the Best U Expo.
Yeah.
They had was it 15,000 attendees there?
Every day.
Yeah. So 2 days. Yeah, across 2 days. That was amazing. And then Yasmin, you struggled. You had some issues, but I actually had to take Yasmin out of school because of bullying. Bullying got so bad. There was a child in particular that attacked her twice with scissors. There was lots of different things that happened, but obviously, as you can imagine, as a parent, that was like a red flag for me, so I had to take action. So you missed just towards the later stage of year 6, before going into secondary school, and she had some confidence issues. So it doesn't matter where your children are right now. What matters most is that they have an output. They recognise what they are. Like Yasmin absolutely loves writing. She's writing several books at the moment, some storybooks, because the book series, they're more like personal development help books, but you've been writing 2 or 3?
3.
Yeah, you're writing 3 at the moment. Really beautiful books. So
the titles.
Sure, if you'd like to.
So I wrote the first book called The Best Grandma Ever. The second one's called A Trip to the Moon, and the third one that I'm currently writing, I've written chapter 1, and I'm going to chapter 2, and it's called The Adventures of Coco the Cat and Lucy.
So we've got a cat called Coco, and Yasmin absolutely loves animals.
Yeah.
I'll kind of touch on that a bit at the end about the different energy types. Go on, Paolo.
Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Paolo. I'm 10 years old and I am the author of the Pints of Adventure book series, and so far I've written 2 books. So the first edition is Pints of Adventure, the 10 Key Principles to get your children off their iPads and into the world. And then my second edition is called Pints of Adventure, the Abundant Adventure Creator. And that book, that edition has different content because now that I'm an ambassador for a company called Water to Go, which is a filtration system that filters out 99.9% of bacteria, pesticides, chlorine, and loads of other things as well. And we've all got old because of
Yay! Thanks to Paolo. Now that's an amazing story. Like we'll share a little bit because of the time, but we went to the Commonwealth Fair. The Shay and Trey Sean were presenting an award at an award ceremony because they were previous winners, so they wanted to present the next winners their award. So we were in a rush, so we were just having a quick chat with someone, and then Paolo was like, "Oh my God, like you ladies like talking so much." I was like, "You're really cheeky." So before we knew it, Paolo kind of wandered off, not very far, just to the right of us. And we're like, "Paolo, we've literally got to go." We didn't want to interrupt the conversation. It turns out that Paolo was speaking to who we now know as Dave Shanks and Dom. And he was just talking to them about various things, and I was like, "Oh wow, what's going on here?" Now, one of Paolo's dreams is to become
an engineer or a professional football player.
So Paolo would like to become an engineer, and a professional football player. So he's really passionate about engineering. So whenever he gets the opportunity, he's always interested in like how things go together and usually breaking things. When children are born engineers, they like to break things. They take it apart. Well, we didn't find this out until after, that they naturally take apart toys so they can actually learn how to put it back together. So
it cost you a lot of money.
Cost a lot of money. That's an understatement, because everything we bought, even the toy car that Trey Sean bought, were like £70. We took it apart. I was like, why would you do that? But cutting a long story short, Paolo got speaking to, at the time he didn't know, was the CEO of the company and founder. And he was like, well, what's that you're doing? What does the bottle do? So Dave was explaining all the mechanisms, how it works, how the filtration system works. And we left, and Paolo was on an all-time high. We exchanged contact details. And we didn't think anything of it. And this is the beauty of allowing your children to express themselves. So it turns out we had a few exchanges via email, and Dave basically got in touch with his legal department and made Paolo an official ambassador for the company, which is just so amazing. So thank you very much. And we ended up on TV, London Live, the next day. It was absolutely, just by getting that in, absolutely amazing. So we were at London Live being interviewed. That can all be found on Paolo's YouTube account. But like Lachey said at the start, it's all been an organic process. We didn't plan to meet Dave. We didn't plan on pitching to them on how Paolo can become an ambassador. Paolo was just advocating and discussing his passion, and by that he started to make those connections, and each of them have made their own unique connections in different aspects. Trey Sean actually did workshops at Metro Bank, so we've had various partnerships. So he was teaching kids 10 seconds maths. We've done family events together. Paolo, we're actually at Virgin at the moment because we're just discussing some workshops that we're going to be putting on across the summer. Actually, right up until the end of the year, right up until December, we've just secured, we've just confirmed dates. So, is there anything else that you wanted to share?
Yeah, but about what you said about like how she said like this was all organic. We really had a fun time, because it's, when we went through the process, it's not like, oh, we had a really boring time because we just met people and we exchanged contacts and we didn't really know what's going to happen. But we actually had fun during the process, because we, as a family, you tend to have more fun together, and because Mum said we're all different, we all bring in all of our different strengths, and we bond.
That's really true. So it really does, they say families that play together stay together, and I think it's so important that you allow each other to shine. So this little one, last but not least, Mimis, do you want to share your brand?
Hi, my name's Amir Ben Salmi and I'm 6 years old. I just turned 6.
You're so cute.
And I really liked my birthday. And thank you so much for the goodies. I really liked the
thank
stuff.
you, Luster Products.
And thank you for the spray.
He loves the spray.
They made you look nice and...
I used it this morning.
Yeah, he actually did. So he enjoyed having his hair cut by the award-winning barber.
And my brand's about affirmations, and my book's about affirmations.
What's it called?
And what's your signature program?
What's it called? What's your brand called?
Easier in my
What's your book called?
it's called Because I'm Intelligent, and my signature is called Easy as Pie Affirmations.
Oh,
sounds yummy.
So
It's not
Amir's written a picture book. So obviously he's only just turned 6. He actually published that book when he was 4 years old, and we did apply to the Guinness Book of Records actually. But how it works, that you have to sell a number of books for you to be recognised. But Amir is actually the unofficial youngest author in the world, because the child that had published the book younger was about 6 at the time. Amir was 4. He ended up on TV, like published at the end of December, first week of January was on TV talking about his book. But again, like I said, they're all very different. So Amir was only young at the time, so we do affirmations as a family. So he would just said, Mum, everyone's writing a book, I would like to write a book. I don't have a brand, we're always on stage. I'm on stage, I don't say anything, because why?
Because once we went to an event and they was asking us about our our books and brands, and so then I went on stage, but I didn't didn't talk because like
Yes,
on stage I said that I didn't have a book and a brand, and when we got home I told Mum, please can I have a book? Please can I write a book?
Yeah, so it's really amazing because Amir didn't used to speak on stage, and I was like, Miz, you got to say something. He said, Mum, but everyone else has got a brand. I don't have a brand. What's the point saying something? So it was really funny, and that's how his book came along.
When we got home, I just I was like
You've got to hurry up, darling.
yeah.
So
I was just being quick, so we could write my book because I wanted it to come early.
And it was really nice because so we have a lot of healthy competition in the family. So we got their book covers. So they were taking a little bit of time to write their book. Sometimes they were really excited. Sometimes it wasn't. Their kids, right?
Yeah.
And it was an organic process. But what happened when the game changer was when they got their book covers designed. So sometimes you got to think about what motivates your children. So we got their book covers designed. And then they were just off. They was like, oh my God, why did his book cover come before my one? And then they wanted to finish their books. So it was a competition around Christmas time. They got their books published by the end of December. It was absolutely amazing via the publishers, like Amir said. But like Shay said, I'm just echoing, it was an organic process. It wasn't some things that we set out and planned, and as a result of just coming from the heart space, learning and sharing, they start asking questions. Each of them say, well, how comes that one's doing this? I'd like to do that. How can we do this together? And we talk about things. So what they're doing, they're basically being a big part of their future, because here's the thing, we're raising our children to prepare them for their future. They need to be included. Amir is very loving and fun and outgoing, but he's very outspoken. He's got a lot to share. So why would I silence that? He's now 6. He's been on stage multiple times, met some amazing people. We travel as a family as well. Lachey is very, very, very just exquisite. Her eyes are exquisite. She's brilliant with her hands. She's able to create so much beauty. I've taken a picture. Shay's taken a picture. Mine looks dull and gloomy, and her one looks like just like it's been created by the Sultan of Dubai.
She really likes
and
to
water
make food
to
as
go.
well.
1 second, guys, you can't all do that. So what it is, they've all got unique talents, and because of that, we all realise that we can inter-exchange our skills. Paolo is the people person. He's really good at negotiating, really good at setting up unique opportunities. A bit like Lachey actually, because they're very good at attracting different people. So we've met so many different partnerships from just them talking to people. And Paolo's very good at building things, building something out of nothing. Trayshawn's our mathematical genius. He loves everything with numbers. He also, you forgot to mention, trading and property investment.
Yeah, so I have a mentor called Jürgen Palian, and he basically teaches me trading. We've been he's been teaching us for over a year now.
And you're actually an active trader. You can trade by law under 18.
But
You just
it's
have
an
to.
ISA account, so
So
like
Trayshawn
money
teaches-
goes in, and we're not allowed to take it out until we're 18. So it's a good way to.
And
save
Trayshawn
money.
runs workshops on this, so there's so much that you can learn. We'll be doing that out of Virgin soon. And then Yasmin's very loving and caring. So if you imagine, we're a big family with so many different facets. So it's about productizing, systemization, and we want to share that with the world. One of our dreams is to do what? What do we want to do?
A world tour.
Yeah. So,
And Jasmine, she is wearing a love heart top.
oh, I love Panay.
For love
Just
Panay.
be you.
So all of us have our own unique brands, just like you do. You just don't realise it yet. So we want to go around the world on a family world tour, and the essence is that we want to activate as many families as possible, because there is no need to struggle, because each and every one of you are a unique piece to the puzzle. And Luster Products, I just want to echo a huge thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for supporting us. Really look forward to working with you and just touching, working together and touching the hearts of as many families as possible around the world, one touch at a time. Take care.
Bye. Thank you for doing my haircut.
You guys are amazing.